There you go. Hello and welcome to DDOCaSplat. We are a static group that plays on Khyber and does a lot of crazy things in DDO and, well, not super crazy. We'll probably go get ourselves killed. Kind of stuff.
I think it was crazier a couple of years ago, from what I hear.
It's tamed out a little bit. I mean, it's not like we're doing Reaper 10 on permadeath or anything crazy like that, but you know, we monkey around and
Or shooting people with cannons. Oh, wait.
there's even money that I might just walk into lava today, so.
Yeah.
Thank you, Kirby. Sorry about that, folks. It sounded like there was an animal in distress.
Everything okay?
Was there an animal in distress?
I can't really tell. It's not one of ours because we no longer have dogs. But it sounded like it was a beagle that might have gotten hurt. So, you know, if somebody gets hurt, I gotta try to help.
That seems reasonable. So much running.
Well, it's a good thing we're on a horse and not
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Which quest are you heading for?
pop.
POP.
Or we could do one of the other quests. It's fine.
Hey, do this one and then jump off and go do Foundation and Cry.
Sounds good.
Like this one.
Kind of, you know, go from there. I'm mostly just going to pretend I know what I'm doing today.
You do sound tired.
What do you mean today?
Ooh.
My head's is definitely less straighter than it normally is.
Less straighter? Did you just say that? Less?
He did just say
Yes.
that. Yeah, less straighter. He did
Wow.
say that.
And I note that since you're tired, you went on 6 instead of 4.
We did 6
Oh, no,
last
we did
week.
6 last time. Yeah.
I thought it was 4 last time. Pretty sure it was.
I had suggested 4 and then everyone was going in on 6. I remember that much. Hey, I'm at double digit hours of sleep this week, so.
Yeah, we definitely ran into Doom and Vengeance Reapers last week, so.
Oh.
Ooh, Vengeance. We didn't
Saphira,
hit
Flame,
Vengeance,
do you need Bomb GH or Blur?
I'll take whatever you want to give me.
Farm and GH.
And I'm throwing out deadly weapons.
Ooh, thank
So,
you.
Ooh,
if
we
you don't
always-
have it,
The prison of the
let me
plains,
know.
And perhaps
I
a
definitely do
clue to
not
the
need deadly
dragon's
weapons.
deceits.
PJ, do you
Okay.
need? I assume you've got your own FOM. Blur
Yeah.
GH.
Okay. Blur GH would be fine.
Okay. Oops, I gave you that too. Sorry. Oh, well,
Yeah.
whatever. My spell points to waste, right?
I'm sure there'll be plenty of lost souls for you to slurp.
Yes. And I
might-
shall. Yes.
You might just get deadly weapons as I go down the list, just to warn you.
I already did. I made that I don't need deadly weapons comment long after I already had it, so.
Okay.
It's too late. All right.
A magical barrier blocks entry into the chamber, marked with the symbol of Dale War. Does it serve etched into the wall? Is the symbol for the plane of Da'anvi. Below it is a switch and a receptor shaped to take some kind of orb.
Check some here real quick.
The chamber has been ruined beyond repair. The once glowing symbol of Irian sits lifeless at its center.
Let's see. Down, up, down.
Dude.
Where's my car? Oh no, sorry. What I should have said was sweet. That would have been the proper
I got a dot on
reference.
me. Thank you for the heals.
Yeah, sure. Hey, there's a lost soul if you want one.
Slurpee.
Blue or red?
Blue. Because
Good
that's what color these are. Yes. I can't actually have real Slurpees because they're cold and I can't have anything cold.
Oh,
I'm trying to remember the last time I had a Slurpee.
I don't remember the last time I had a Slurpee. Because
Exactly.
me neither.
cold.
Don't exactly go to 7-Eleven very often. So. Sound effects from the my cube here are almost as disorienting as the mimic sounds.
I actually don't hear it.
The great
It's
door
like a
opens to
squishy
reveal
sound.
some kind of
They
control.
squishy,
Okay.
squishy, squishy,
Oh, your
squishy.
cube. Okay, your pet. Okay,
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Fly shut. A bone-chilling cackle echoes through the room.
Not quite as much as the coins and stuff from the mimics, but
The warden falls back into lifeless bones, the force of his magic fading from the room. As the valve locks into place, the
I am not
barrier
lawful.
central chamber vanishes.
I'm lawful. I'm probably lawful. I'm lawful. Hey, I'm a paladin.
I would hope you're lawful if you're a paladin.
Yeah, I don't think you're allowed to be a paladin
8
if you're not.
receptors cover the walls of the large
Oh.
central chamber.
You
Yeah,
know,
that's usually how it works.
5th edition, you can be whatever limit you want.
Chamber to open its
Yeah, that's just
cell.
wrong. Just saying, that's just wrong.
So who's going to be piking the fights here?
The
Other than the
symbol
first
for
one.
The plane of Da'anvi
Fights? What
glows
fights?
brightly in the center of this room.
In the rooms?
Just
Who's going to be
call
pulling
up,
the lever?
Plane of
No, I
Da'anvi
know.
I'll pike if you want.
Pet or
Small
yeah,
topiaries and
this fairy
perfectly
can
aligned
pull out
shrubberies
a,
fill the room. An
Alright.
Yeah, that
elderly
works.
man sitting
Yeah,
atop
pull out a pet.
fountain
Okay, that
calls you
works.
closer.
Oh god, I gotta read and think. Oh, this I could
You poor
actually
child.
possibly screw this up.
or you can look it up.
What could go wrong?
You could ask us.
That's true.
What
Grubby
would be
knows
the
it
fun
by
in
heart.
that? Let's see. Something about a brother and gifts and unknown parties and yeah, all that kind of stuff.
Well, that's entirely
fall in order to do
unhelpful.
my
So.
duty.
Yeah.
I'll
Say
protect with
what?
honor and steadfastness.
Bearer
Hey,
of
look,
justice
I'm
and
lawful.
order falls. The
There you
room
go.
returns
I did
to
see a
its
monk die in
original
this
state.
once.
The orbs in the receptor.
I didn't-
That's not good.
I didn't actually know it was possible at the time.
I think I've seen somebody die in there too.
I've definitely seen non-lawful people die in there, but
I don't think I've ever actually seen somebody die in there.
I don't think I have either. Maybe it's because people don't generally go in there unless they can do it.
figured out there.
Oh yeah. Just waiting for the okay.
Have at it. What's the
Okay.
worst that could happen?
Well,
Well done.
and try it over again.
The worst that happens is we all die, and then the dog turns into the electric trap and dies too.
Oh, yeah.
I've seen
I'm
that happen.
telling it to do it, but
You
okay,
have
wait.
the receptor selected.
Oh, thanks.
Was the gem still in there? Because they can actually take it out.
And put it back in though. So I heard it go in. That's how I did. She had it selected.
Gales, golly gee willikers.
Hey, look at chest.
The room returns to its original state. The orbs at the back of the room are no longer engaged. The symbol for the plane of Fernia is seared into this chamber, and every surface is covered with a thick layer of ash.
They should make a Forgotten Realms version of this quest. It'd be interesting.
As the plane of Fernia becomes coterminous with our own, flames
This is a really cool
engulf
concept.
and love.
I don't know if there's any other quest in this game like this.
The room cools as the
Um,
There is you
final
there.
fire is quenched. The
Yeah,
orbs
not
go
really.
dark in their sockets.
Yeah, that's cool. You take control of those orbs. I probably shouldn't be trusted today.
The chamber marked by the symbol of Lamania is
Thinks we
covered
didn't
in
have
long
the
dark
dog do it.
lines.
Because if the dog gets unsummoned, what happens to it?
I don't know.
I don't want to find out.
Portal connecting the maternal plane to Lamania opens. Moss and shrubbery quickly engulf the room around.
No.
You nasty beast. Stop it.
Zilla.
There we go.
The tree
It's like minute and a half long fire dot from the
Ooh.
fire room. It's still going.
Yeah, because it's the debuff that the boss gave you. It does it do much damage? I thought it mostly
The
just made
symbol
you
of
vulnerable to fire.
It's doing about 10 a tick,
the
which
dim light with
Okay,
is
yeah.
not,
dark,
Not bad,
foreboding
considering which is
considering I have
small enough.
87 fire resistance.
Yeah, that's what I was about to point out. Is you have a lot of fire
The
resistance.
plane of Maybar opens and darkness surrounds
Ooh, hey, I can actually damage this guy.
Being in hardcore and seeing somebody run through that, electric and dying, and it's like, how long have you been playing this game?
Right?
Well, it was Lag's fault.
Oh, that's cool. The marking tells you where the guy is.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's very cool. Yeah, marking is really fun. I've been doing that on one of my other teams.
light
That.
quickly returns and the shadows recede as the
Of course, I took
endless
negative
night
level
is
because I didn't have
banished.
Death Ward.
The
Okay.
orbs
Uh-oh,
in the
I thought we
night
had
are
Death
free
Ward.
I can
for
fix
the
that.
taking.
That's fixable.
Thank you. There we go. Now we have it.
Yay!
you.
As we say at work, it's puttable. We play disc golf.
It's what?
The
Puttable.
symbol for the plane of Rizia
An
fills
issue
this
that's
chamber with an
Not
icy
hard to
hue.
resolve. We call it
The
puttable.
room holds a
Puttable,
sharp,
okay.
How do you spell that?
lingering chill.
Like putting
Yeah.
in golf.
Oh, putting. Okay.
Okay.
Puttable. All right, I understand.
A bowl. How do you mark something?
As the portal
It's
to
a,
Rizia
one of the
The
Horizon
Horizon
Walker.
Walker,
effects.
yeah.
rhyme of
Oh.
Yeah, their first portability.
floor and wall.
It's just like a
Cool.
casting a spell on a creature or whatever.
Yeah, but it does not do an actual attack. It
Right.
just marks it, so you can mark it from way far away.
The orbs no longer
If you played an
power
assassin, it's
the
like
planar
Assassin's
cell.
Trick.
Yeah.
Uh
And
oh,
your dog
looks
died.
like somebody's dog passed away.
Oh, I wonder how he moved.
They do that
They-
sometimes.
yeah,
They'll aggro on stuff inside.
The
And,
chamber marked by the symbol of the Shavara.
and then they
Do we have
decide-
enough already?
Faint
We do.
odors of iron and
Well, then
blood.
we're done, eh?
I mean, I figured we were farting around, so. kill the Merilith and the.
There we go. Now I got my Iron Defender back again.
Okay, so you want us to come in here and kill things. All right.
Yeah, exactly.
What you really want, though, is for them to kill us. I know you.
I mean, it makes for
No.
good TV.
Well, you know, it is called Splat, right?
Yeah.
I know, right? Mostly, I'm just yanking his chain, which is probably not very fair considering his current state of mind, such as it is.
So this is the perfect time that we get to see the interesting reactions.
You'll just moan.
Well, now he's refusing to pull it, and he's dead again.
Oh,
Is there an orb in?
There we go.
Yeah.
All right, we're gonna try this again.
okay. Good dog. Don't die.
You find yourself
No promises.
in the center of a battleground,
Talking to the dog.
plain of Shavarats.
Oh, I thought you were giving me a hard time.
No, that was done. I did it already.
To emerge the
Whoa, fire.
small piece of the Shavarats.
Trying to heal people, but it's not.
I was cursed
Orbs in the
for
Oh,
half healing.
okay.
lifeless and dark.
So you were healing. It just wasn't going through
It's
very
not
well.
very well.
Fortunately, the curse is only for a few seconds.
Fix your dog.
Yep.
I did. I mean,
This
that's what I was
room
meaning. I
is
did. I
marked
was
by the
fixing your dog.
blood-red symbol
I didn't
of
fix it a
Zorian.
lot. I just fixed it a little
The
bit.
cracks in the walls
I did
and
too.
ceiling suggest
Yeah.
that something once grew here.
You can all fix it a lot.
Yeah,
Thank you.
you're better at that than I am. I'm not built for that really. So
I mean,
I mean, I can
it's-
help people from being dead, but I'm not intended to be. Melee trapper is what I am. So
As the portal opens, the teeth of Zorian jut sharp through the walls.
oh, I'm helpless.
The
I give
madness
us
is entering
helpless.
from this place
got you.
for
Oh,
good.
thank you.
The orbs
Hey, look,
are
a chest.
free to be taken
Yay.
from the cell.
Yay!
See, we got something out of it.
Hey, Carden's Eye.
That's fire.
Does anybody care about it?
nope.
Nope. I got one too.
They're only bound on a clip.
Congratulations.
While I am pro murder hoboing playing D&D, I don't normally pull eyes out of sockets afterwards.
Ew.
Just saying.
Yeah, I am ready to pull the lever whenever the thing tells me it's time.
The final orb
Like that?
lights in its
Like that.
receptor.
Boom.
The switch locks into place. A magical voice comes from above. The chamber will seal on the count of 10.
Oh, hey, I need to remember that I'm supposed to do fantasy football tomorrow.
Oh.
Remember that you're supposed to do fantasy football tomorrow.
I have no idea what I'm doing. I've never done it before. Oh, hey, here. I'll cast another death ward because of the beholder.
Thank you.
Reminder sent. Not that you'll notice then, but of course.
Yeah, great. Now I gotta either not use the reminder or let a notification sit in my inbox.
Oh no, it's not that kind of notification. I just sent you a Discord message. that's
Yeah,
all.
I know. There's a little one next to your name now.
Oh, right, yeah. Gotcha. Well, you know, that means that before you go to bed tonight, you can make an actual reminder for tomorrow at the right time.
If he remembers.
If he looks at that, then he might. Yes.
Yeah, but you're forgetting the fact that he's really tired.
No, I'm not actually, but I ain't touching it. No. I'm not
Hit the
touching it.
chest.
The chest I'll touch, but not that docent. Oh, no. I don't touch that.
Okay, Rogue's gonna sacrifice.
A dark psychic energy stirs within the docent. It would be safer to let Maragog.
Uh-huh.
I figured that if somebody was useful at dying, it was me.
I think given the opportunity, we're all pretty good at getting ourselves killed.
Well, I
It's
know I
happened
am.
many times before.
I mean,
Don't
I
like
am
it.
the lowest hit point melee. By actually, I'm the lowest hit point person in the party, and I'm melee.
Yeah, glass cannon melee is not
Come on, I hit my horse. Why did it
typically
not?
a great survivable concept strategy.
I'm intended to be in the behind the enemies because I sneak up to them.
Yeah,
That helps sometimes.
take it for someone whose first season of hardcore played a glass cannon melee build. It's
This is not the tune that I would take to build in hardcore.
Yeah.
Can I get a share when somebody gets a chance for Foundation? For
Uh,
some reason, it didn't give it to me when I walked up.
probably because you'd already have it.
Maybe.
Hey, look, Flame Trap already has this quest.
Okay, that works.
Details.
I'm here at a chest.
I think most of us are in.
I'm in already. Sorry. I wish
we're
I
all
didn't
in.
have
You're
it.
in.
Hopefully, it's not a mimic.
Following the people. Is this mimic time?
No,
Okay,
not that I know
good.
of.
Well, I was like, wait a minute. I say what?
Wait a minute. What quest are you in?
Foundation.
Foundation.
What'd you do? Go to Cry?
Yeah, I went to cry. Oh shit.
Well, you can take a detour. You're a Horizon Walker. Don't you have detour?
Yeah, but what does that mean?
It would
Don't
take
take
you
it
back to
back to
Prison of
beginning of the
Plains,
quest.
Okay.
and then it's kind of just a straight shot.
You mean a straight shot? I'm up here in a 360-degree thing. I could jump up at any place. What do you mean?
If you go over by where the spiral stair, the little
Yes.
ladder is,
Yes.
and jump off kind of in that direction, it should be.
Well, that's where I went.
Did you go right or
If you
left when
actually
you got
follow
down?
it, well, I mean, they're both to the right. Just the one is almost immediately
I
along the
don't
wall, and the other one's further.
that
When you
part of what-
actually go down the ramp all the way and you go to the right, there's a little cubby off to the left almost immediately.
yeah, you can.
And that's
do
where we
that
went.
too.
Okay.
Those are better directions than what I gave.
So that's the Rakshasa lair. So where I want to go is to the right of that.
No.
We pop?
I don't know where you are, but it's not.
So the
it's not it.
Rakshasa lairs cry for help.
Yes.
Correct.
So what I want to do is I want to go to south of that, which is, if I looked at the map, it's to the right.
Oh, I wasn't using the map right or left. I was using the
Trying to get-
actual like
Yeah.
when you go out. If
Okay,
if
so-
you're at Prison of Plains and you go down the ramp,
When you say down the ramp, do you mean like down the way we came up?
yes.
Correct.
Down the way you came up. And when you get to where you could go two directions, go to the right and then take your next left.
Yes. We're in the Arum lair. That's what the name
And
of it
stay
is.
once you've taken that left, stay to your right and go up by the shrine.
On the map, it is to the left of pop.
Right, left.
Cry for help is to the right, but if you actually follow the path that you can walk up and down to pop, it's to the right of once you get past the bridge.
We've said right and left so much. I'm pretty sure if he was following that
Yeah,
direction, he's
I'm
probably done
totally
a 360.
confused. So okay, I see it. So when I get down to the bottom here, I want to go right instead of going left.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, I know where I'm at. Okay, I'm good.
It should be blinking on your map too. If you're on Foundation of Discord in your quest journal.
So true.
Hey, there's a Fury Reaper up there for Grubby to kill.
Cavernous tunnel.
You stick him on.
Ruin. Crystals.
I mean, I can't kill things on this character.
Wondered why you were waiting. It's not like you.
Right?
Right here.
Now I'm in the Aurum lair.
Let me see how long it'll take me to kill this thing. Let's see, I'm hitting for 71 on a double strike. Ooh, hey, stunned. That's not very nice. This guy heals and tanks. He
Ooh,
doesn't-
danger!
With those kinds of numbers, you sure you're not a barbarian?
There you go.
I feel like if your
Thank
barbarian's
you.
doing
That's well
30
said.
damage a hit, you're building it wrong.
Somehow I think you know that he's doing more than 30 a hit.
I'm trying to think if you could, how hard it would be to make a barbarian that only does 30 damage at level 1.
Right?
I feel like he'd probably still be doing,
The gentle
with some halfway decent gear, he'd probably still be doing about that much damage on a hit.
I got the trap fire.
I noticed. Colossals.
Maybe trap. Doesn't look like it.
I'm
That's a-
getting a notification.
No trap that I can tell.
This is another trap that's fun to
I'll
watch in
see it.
hardcore.
Yes.
Some people just run right into it.
Not if we can help it. Yes, I do make spot a priority for a reason.
Yeah,
On live, it may not be as important, but on hardcore, you betcha.
could be helpful. It's one of those traps where on hardcore, it's like, do I tell them or do I just watch them get hit by it and freak out?
Well, thank you, because that was usually me or Jax, so, you know.
Well, but see, I don't want to see die, so, you know, I'll tell you about that, but I'm talking like just somebody I don't know.
Well, we have seen people that we don't know run ahead of the trapper and die for
Look,
that.
Convention
because
Reaper.
Let me get this rogue off y'all. Whoa.
I
let me
mean,
kill the
I think
rogue.
if you're a rogue,
Circles.
it is your responsibility to say something.
There's
But
a
other
circle.
than that,
I mean, if I get a spot, I'll definitely tell people. But, you know, if I don't get a spot, there's still another person over here. There we go. Circle.
Another circle.
Ah.
ow! For the record, I was out of the circle.
You were out of the circle. I saw that.
No, it
circle.
did some sort of a ray attack and nailed you with that.
Ooh,
Probably a
nice.
polar ray.
Yeah, that's probably.
Or
what it was.
disintegrate.
Both
both
are
of which
fine
are-
options to kill your party. Or to kill party
Polar
members.
ray. I just looked.
Welcome to Kasplat.
Oh, I'm coming back.
I got your stone, don't I?
I was just going back
I will
to
run with
something.
everybody. I was taking a
done.
drink of water. Sorry.
I'm ready.
Oh, okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Do the optional
We'll
door.
give you songs and all the other stuff.
I have to say the Shadow Dragon armor cosmetic is far less interesting when it doesn't have the blue shiny light on it. Maybe that's the part that was broken and I have to make a new one. I'm not sure.
I'm not sure if there's a trap, but just
I did
not
not get a trap. The
getting-
trap is before.
Yeah.
I didn't get one either. I just
Me
always
neither.
check.
I mean, if you're not finding it with a spot, I'm assuming there's not a trap. It's not like the DZ.
Probably a safe assumption. But
Well, I've got watchful eye, so it'll unless it's really high, and there's only a couple of them in the game that are that high, I automatically catch them.
Fear Reaper's up here.
Fear Reaper, oh joy! We had a Fear Reaper in this room one time behind one of the walls,
Nice.
and it could not be found or killed. We ended up having to run because we were too low level to have D-Door. Back to the beginning.
I had something similar happen in the catacombs.
Oh joy!
It was in the ceiling somewhere.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yep.
We had that in
Yeah,
hardcore.
that on hardcore.
Yeah.
hmm
I do first party catacombs now. Like, we get a Fear Reaper on hardcore, we just run away.
Out of there.
Run
We're
out.
out of there.
As soon as we get it feared out, you just run out. It's
Not worth it.
yeah. You can also get them hiding up in the rafters in Shadow
Shadow
Crypt.
Crypt.
Yeah, that's another place they like to hide in the rafters. Bastards. Well, we did have the Famine Reaper in the rafters, though. That one, as I recall, tried to kill Chance pretty good.
Mm-hmm. We got
Spare.
spare.
Oh,
I think maybe the worst one though is when you have one underwater on one and Shadow Crypt on one of the mimic chests. That's on.
where is Saphira?
I don't know.
I started to go into the room and a bunch of guys ran out of the room, so I can't come back to the room.
You got the guys that went the other way.
Thank you.
Lost soul.
Hello,
Crap.
crap.
Protect Patrick the Maniacal at all costs.
I think it's the other side that has the.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So Arcot, are the Steelers going to win their division this year?
Dude, if they don't sign TJ Watt, they
Oh,
might not
is
even
that a-
finish above 500.
Is he holding out?
Yeah, the Steelers don't want to sign him, and and they never sign people in the middle of the season. So if he doesn't sign before the first game, he's not getting signed, and he's not going to play because he doesn't want to risk getting injured if he doesn't have a contract.
I didn't realize he was holding out.
I just learned about it today.
Yeah.
Lost soul.
I think our left tackle, the Seahawks left tackle, has been holding out all camp.
Well, that's not a good guy to hold out. Russell is right-handed, so that's his blind side.
Yeah.
Oh, you need to sign that tackle.
Yeah, that's.
Magic in the room fades as Mars the Dynamo is slain.
I mean, it's not like we normally give Russell Wilson a line to hide behind, anyways. Things usually work out poorly because of it, so it's like par for the course. The year that we won the Super Bowl, we had the most money invested into the offensive line from any team, and a couple years ago we were at the lowest level of investment into the offensive line. So yeah. It's a lot easier to have a power running game when you have the most expensive offensive line in Marshawn Lynch running behind him. It's a lot harder to do when you don't have either of those two things.
That's one reason why Eric Dickerson was so good when he was with the Rams. They had that offensive line they had was absolutely, just across the board Hall of Fame type, Pro Bowlers. I mean, they're just amazing.
deafening hum emanates from the room ahead, rattling the door violently.
Man, where's the soul cruelty?
Dead.
Oh, that's good.
As the first gong sounds,
That was the first thing I killed.
I approve of that choice of selection.
It got one spell off before I killed it.
Well, it hit me twice, so.
Got the first 2 gongs.
a large sonic blast resonates toward the ground.
Gonna sit up here and cast healing spells everywhere.
He loses his footing
Cool.
as the floor
I'm gonna
begins
go into the middle and get myself killed.
Excellent. I approve.
Do it, do it, do it.
Sounds like a great plan.
I'm hitting him with
We
everything I
have a couple
got.
Reapers in here, by
Vengeance
the way.
Reaper down here. Be
Oh,
careful.
crap.
Oh, this
And a
is-
plague.
Oh, yeah, trying to get out.
I think Grubby's plagued.
I'm plagued
Ooh.
as well. Boss is dead.
Vengeance
is
is
still okay.
alive.
Airily and Earthella down here are dead.
There's a fire elemental that is
Vengeance
now
is
vengeance
dead.
up here.
Oh, joy.
Sneaking up on it to assassinate it? Okay, never mind.
There you go.
I assassinated it.
Running away.
You're assassinated a big sword through the head.
No
I mean,
doubt.
that's pretty effective.
It
Yep.
worked.
I didn't say anything about it. Anybody want the quiver of poison?
No.
What is that?
Nope.
The
Quiver of
It
poison.
does a D8 points of poison damage on your stuff. if you don't
D10
already
for
have
the
a buff.
epic elite one.
Oh, D10. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Ooh, I will take the epic version. I currently have the other version.
Cool.
Should get you the what's the good one these days?
Thank you.
This one does range power, but that's not as necessary. I'm trying to remember what Ying's gear set is for his Horizon Walker build. I don't remember what it is off the top of my head.
The epic quiver of alacrity has double shot 8, range attacks or range speed 15. The only problem is the concentration penalty.
Well, I mean, if you're not doing a puncture, then works perfectly well, right?
Yep.
Right, this time we're going to cry for help.
Oh, come on. I got to turn around.
I'm just following the trail of dead bodies.
Generally effective. Unless the party is split and there's 2 trails of bodies, in which case you're kind of just generally in trouble.
If you're going for the dynamastic quiver has double shot 8%, range power 4. By the way,
Yeah, that's
that
a
might
good
have
one.
been mid-level 20.
There's the one in Ravenloft that does bludgeoning damage.
That's the purifying quiver from Oath of Vengeance.
Yeah.
There's another one that does it as well, I think. Or no, that might have been.
Did I just crash? I think I just crashed.
Yeah, I just crashed
Yeah.
too.
I guess I won't give
Oh.
you buffs yet.
Both crashed. That's interesting.
Well, at least you shot the guys and pulled them before you crashed.
Yep.
You're welcome.
It's okay. I assassinated
Hey, not
the,
my problem.
Oh my
champion.
gosh.
Now, if you don't want to have your inventory filled with random +3 arrows, don't get the quivering quiver and put it on.
Really?
It gives you a random +3 elemental arrows randomly whenever you're attacked.
Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
I don't think it's like every attack, right? Like it's
No, it's a chance every attack though.
Yeah.
So like, it's like a 5% chance or something like that. But it's not as big of a deal now because you die quicker in epic levels. But back in the day, you would get massive amounts.
it you know, it was
Moving
kind of
on.
a fun thing to do, but
Okay,
Yeah.
I'm in now.
It was
You
interesting
moving?
though when I was
I'm in. Go
using
ahead.
I'm not yet.
I was using that quiver on my arcane archer, and I literally could not run out of
Mhm.
use the arrows as fast as I was getting them.
Yeah.
Like I went through one quest, and I'd use up a couple of stacks, and I would end up gaining like 4 or 5 extra stacks over what I used.
I think when it came out too, it wasn't like it was kind of hard to find some of the arrow types, right? So
Oh, yeah.
people would actually just like sell them on the auction
Distressed
house,
female
stacks on the
voice
auction
Yeah.
faintly
house.
calls from deep within, her words lost in the cavernous depths.
Used to do all sorts of funny things like that.
Cat must be back. I hear him meowing outside.
Glittering treasure. Little good it did for the ones you killed to claim it.
It's not our outside cat. This is a strange outside cat. We have random ones that show up and make noise because ours that lives here does not actually usually make any noise.
Are they your neighbor's cats or just the area has lots of strays?
Well, it's rural, so yeah, they just show up.
There's a back box there. Go ahead, Grubby. I got you.
We missed a couple boxes back here.
The cries for help are closer.
Oh dear, that's not good.
I think he means like crates, not.
I know,
trap
I know what he
boxes.
meant. I knew what he meant. Because I know that the trap box that we had, he was getting. So
Oh,
yeah.
China Trooper. This quest still has some of my favorite DM work. Like the voiceover.
he's just creepy. He's seriously creepy.
It's one of those quests that just sells you on the concept of having the voiceover DM. Just so much fun having. I actually kind of don't really like in the newer expansions and stuff where they have like the voice actors play different characters. So you'll hear like 3 different DMs in a
Yeah.
quest.
That's annoying.
I mean, it doesn't annoy me. It's just like I just really liked the idea that we're listening to a DM play act the voices, right? Like it isn't here.
I can't believe it costs that much to have a voice actor, do these. So couldn't you, if you had 2 characters, and couldn't you have a male and a female? Couldn't you have 2 different actors, play them separately? I mean, it seems kind of weird.
This guy is just creepy.
I mean, Craig, I would do voiceovers here for scale. I don't know why my asking price wouldn't be all that much.
I mean, I'm sure there's a bunch of players that would be like, I'll do it for free.
Grows louder and more intense.
Yeah, but they can't do that because they have to hire union. So
Yeah.
So if you do scale, that's as cheap as they're gonna able to get away with. And still be in good standing with the SAG or whatever the union is for voice actors.
I'm not actually sure what the union is for. I guess it's SAG or.
I think it's probably SAG, but I don't know for sure.
Yeah, I think I saw an interview with Travis Willingham, and it was SAG.
Whoa.
Whoa.
Squish. Or horde wilting or something. Hey, you missed a trap. The trap box right
Well,
there.
he's dead, so that might.
No, there was no trap.
There's a box right
Oh,
underneath
there
the
is a
lever.
box, isn't there? Yeah, there is. It didn't pop up. We must have had a lag spike because I did not see that pop up.
Yeah, I didn't see it until you pulled the lever either. Yeah, look, there it is.
Did you guys throw the lever?
Yep.
Yeah.
We gotta do the one on the other side still.
Oh, they both come down at the same time?
Yeah.
Which bus did you need again, Fire?
The important ones.
I would have thought you knew these quests well, Arcat, since your item falls out here.
I do. I mean, but it's been a long time since I've done this. Yeah, the very first time I ran this quest, it was on Elite, and I actually pulled my item.
Oh,
Whoa.
sweet.
It was pretty cool. I was thinking, I wonder if they did that on purpose,
Ready for me to pull the lever?
Sure. So here's a question for the group. Would you want the devs to name an item after you if it was a really lousy item?
No.
I had a pizza named after me, but it was really good.
Well, that's a good thing, yeah.
Uh-huh.
Good pizza is good, yeah. Come on now. Can I move?
Yeah, I had him. I was gonna kill him
The last
eventually.
desperation
I think Cargon, I don't know how I feel about Cargon's tasty ham.
the large
I mean, it's not really an item that you can use, questing and whatnot.
Well, but
But it fits his
yeah,
form personality perfectly.
yeah. I haven't seen a post from him in a long time.
Now he goes away and comes back for a short time, then goes away for a long time.
That I pay that close attention to the forums in general, but I don't generally branch out beyond the dev tracker.
Baubles and flummery. Distractions from the inevitable.
I'm trying to think if I can't really think of anyone else on the forums that roleplayed on the forums.
Who's that? The woman, the girl, or whatever, who ran the tavern and gave you a cupcake or something.
Oh, the Cupcake Army? Is that what you're talking
something
about?
like that.
Yeah, I don't know.
I think so. It's that really, really long thread that keeps
Yeah.
going.
Forever and ever. Ooh, this will dance.
Whoa.
Rude. I didn't think Cupcake was. I don't remember that being someone who was role playing though. But I wasn't paying that close attention.
I
to
guess
so.
it kind of passes for, I don't know.
Ish.
I role play myself. Does that work?
You're not. No, role playing with yourself doesn't really.
No, I role play myself, not with
Okay.
myself.
Do we double recall now, or
Yeah,
what do you want to do?
unless someone's got a. Do I have a teleport? No, I don't have a teleport scroll. At least not a greater teleport scroll.
Oh, I do, but do you want me to? I just did a
I'm
recall.
already
Do you want me
out,
to use?
so
Okay, so I won't bother.
Recalling.
I mean I'm pro taxis, but it's the new Marvel movie. Was it? What's the name? What's the guy's name?
Shang-Chi?
Shang-Chi. Okay. I don't remember
What'd you
the
think
names,
of it?
I haven't. No, I saw that it was out and the
Oh,
amount of money
okay.
that it made.
Oh, how did it do?
I think it made like 75 million.
Oh, that's pretty good.
I
Well
mean,
done.
in current times, it's really good. If you look at like Fast and Furious made, I think around that domestically, and Black
Are you
Widow I
back
think
out?
made a what was it?
Are we done? That's it. Anything else we have to
Tor?
do?
Dude,
Sure.
Tor.
Okay. Cool.
But Black Widow I think made like 80 million in theaters. Plus I think they said that made like another either 40 or 60 million from Disney Plus premium access. But if
Was that total box office take, or was that just on the first weekend or
first weekend,
whatever? Okay.
we're talking first weekend here. But if Shang-Chi made, which it appears to have made roughly the same amount as Black Widow, at least in the theaters, right? But without the premium access option, it kind of lends a lot of credence to the idea that they should like releasing a movie in theater and online is the way to go, right? Because if you're not losing revenue from releasing it both.
Well, see, they should have. I mean, Shang-Chi is not available on Disney Plus yet. It's got to wait till October sometime, like the middle of October or the third weekend in October or something like that, in order to see it. So, I mean, I'm not going into the theater to watch it.
Yeah, well, and you have like you going to a theater is also functionally different than like me going to a theater.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Like just because of where you live in the theaters, but the idea like there's a lot of resistance about releasing it online and in the movie theater at the same time, right? Because you will you will lose money. Like that's the idea.
Sure.
That's the
Both
expectation.
sides are afraid you'll be draining it from
Right.
from the either. Right. Sure.
But if you look at,
Not
I find that the
that's accurate.
Shang-Chi Black Widow thing really interesting, right? Because they're making roughly the same amount of money in theaters, and one was online and one wasn't.
Yeah.
Right.
I'll be right back.
So, and when you think about it, like paying $30 to stream a movie on like a release date kind of a thing, not that bad of a deal.
Well, if you have a bunch of people there with you, yeah, no, it's a good deal.
I mean, even like two people to go to a movie theater just for the tickets. Like tickets are usually $12 unless you're catching a matinee, right? At least around here.
Yeah, not here. It's like $8, and
Sure.
the what do you call it, if you're older or if it's a matinee, it's like $5.50 or something.
When they talked to the head of some of the studios on CNBC, I think they said that the big impact was from week 2 to 4. It dropped off dramatically if it was on both.
Ah, yeah, sure. That would be interesting to compare. Sure. Let me select the class here.
Come back.
I don't know. It's a weird thing to try to figure, right? There's gonna be people that doesn't matter what the options are. They're gonna go see it in theaters, and there's gonna be
there
some people
definitely
that
those folks.
wouldn't go see it in the theater, period. But they'll watch it at home, right?
Sure.
Particularly, I think that, and the demographic I see that being most common with is, I have young kids, right? Like, getting you're talking about the ticket price, right? Like when you gotta get a babysitter to go to a movie theater, it's something becomes
Yeah.
way easier
Sure.
and cheaper to
Sure.
do it
Oh,
that
you're
way,
not-
right?
Hmm.
Well, there's people that if there's not a streaming option, they'll go see it in the theater. But if there is a streaming option, they'll just watch it at home. And my suspicion is that
I am Ignos.
I'll go.
Growls the
I won't ever
giants
go,
from
but I'll watch it
behind
if it's
the edge
available
of the
online.
entrance. Did you think
Is gonna
because
be
we let you
more
in, you could pass
than,
freely here? Stand in the
I'll
center.
stay at home and watch it that
Where
way
the
rather than go to
air
the theater.
around the circle crackles with magic. The giant's eyes are dull and clouded with malice.
Of course, if you're gonna do it that way, you should probably figure out with your actors
Unworthy.
what their revenue is gonna be if they're
You have
getting a cut of
profaned
the
sacred ground
theater
of this tomb.
revenue, right?
Now you must
Isn't that the issue with Scarlett
Yes.
Johansson right now?
Yes,
Yeah.
that's exactly the issue with Scarlett Johansson right now. And
Wait, what's the issue with her?
she sued Disney
Right.
because I'm gonna do this from like memory and like my understanding of the issue, right? So don't quote me as this being necessarily 100% accurate, but basically she sued Disney because her contract one guaranteed a theatrical release only, right? An exclusively theatrical release.
Yep.
And her pay was in part a percentage of the proceeds from the theatrical release.
Right. Okay.
And she sued because they released it on Disney Plus at the same time, and she didn't get a cut of that, right?
Yeah. Well, I'd be pissed off too.
must be
I mean,
If
it's
she kicks their ass.
yeah, but that's also not a new problem. That's actually been a, like,
Well,
streaming and stuff. It's been
which is why they should have had it in her contract to not have it released on pay-per-view or video or whatever.
there's a lot of like older.
But Disney went and did it anyway.
Yes,
Do we know what came of that lawsuit?
it's still pending.
Probably going to be heard in court, I would imagine.
They-
in the next few months.
I would not be surprised if there was some sort of arbitration, but there's a fear in the middle. I figure there's an even money that it goes through arbitration or actually ends up in court.
Thank you.
Oh, that was rude.
Whoa.
Huh.
I don't think Disney wants to end up in court, right? Like
with
that's
no more giants left behind.
even if they win in
Well,
court, it's not going to look
No,
good.
they don't want to end up in court. But what'll probably happen is Disney will want the case to be arbitrated, and Johansson might not want it to be arbitrated.
That's the
It
thing.
won't be.
I think she's doing it less. I don't think that she's doing it from a standpoint of like it's about the money. I think she's kind of willing to be the person who makes it an issue, right?
Well, she's pissed that Disney went exactly against their the contract, and that's what she's probably really setting up for is the validity of a contract.
The vengeance
Vengeance.
and
It's
the
probably
fear.
not that much about the money, like you said.
Circle. Right, but there's been questions about what and issues around actors being compensated.
Trying to open the door.
Yeah, but we kept on getting interrupted.
Yep.
There's been issues about actors being compensated for online content for like a decade, if not more, at this point. Because a lot of... Think about, like, Friends or Seinfeld, right? Like, when those shows were made, like, syndication and streaming was not a concept.
Oh, come on. Syndication's been around forever, dude.
But
He said syndication and streaming.
I'm not really sure I follow what the difference is. I mean, syndication, so what? You get shown on channel 17 on the UHF band. You know,
well,
is it appreciably different than like Netflix getting rights to the show and then showing it that way? Is it really any different?
I think it depends on how the contract is written.
That's what I'm saying. The contracts didn't include anything about streaming on Netflix because streaming on Netflix wasn't a concept when Friends
Yeah,
was
but what's
made.
the difference? What does that matter? How is streaming on Netflix different than somebody showing it in syndication on some UHF channel?
I agree with you. But if you're trying to save some money or get some extra revenue and money, right? Yeah.
It's as if he scurried into the rubble behind the wall.
I believe Netflix, like for Netflix's part, like they don't actually, like they, in their contract, do not have residuals. They essentially buy you out of residuals.
You find a crevice concealed by rubble here. It is just
At least that's
And
my...
when you say buy you out, who is you? Are they bargaining with each individual
talent.
actor?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, fine.
So instead of, it's much more common for an actor to get some sort of residual from a TV show, from it showing over.
Oh yeah,
and over,
absolutely.
Right? But Netflix pays more up front and doesn't like doing residuals.
Okay. If the talent's okay with that, then works for me.
Yeah, and that's kind of one of the tensions is some of them are okay with that and some of them are. And I have no idea what happened, like how it works when they buy a movie, right? They buy the rights to stream a movie.
As the lever clicks into place,
Thank you for the healing.
one of the two
You're
faces
welcome.
near the far door lights up.
Probably some guys behind us here.
Yep.
Hey, look, guys behind us.
You were saying?
Nothing important.
Okay.
At least not about the guys behind us. But yeah, I'm kind of with you, Raika. Like, I'm just like, just however it makes money in residuals, like, just be percentage based. But
You find a crevice concealed by rubble here. It is just large enough to crawl.
it's kind of similar with like incentives in football contracts, which tend to be very incentive laden.
Yeah, it's whatever the player can get.
But like, what if a player had in their contract, I get this much money if I get this many touches or whatever, and the team on the
Vengeance.
I must have gone the other direction.
Oh crap.
I totally did. Let me just bring you guys some friends.
Hey, well, sure, the team could just sit him down so he doesn't get
Yeah.
the touches. I mean,
Right.
Well, that's a problem with that kind of clause in a contract. I mean, the player's attorney or agent should know better than to do incentives like that, or they should make the incentives easier to reach.
Although, also, I would say that as a general rule, I don't often see I don't feel like we see very often teams doing that, like intentionally doing that. It's not like, oh, we're going to the
I
playoffs
don't see
and
it much either.
Patrick Mahomes gets an extra $2 million if we go to the playoffs and he plays this percentage of snaps. So the last game is meaningless, so we're just gonna rest him so that he doesn't hit that.
He doesn't get hurt. Well,
yeah, like
or
you
he
don't
doesn't get hurt.
right, but I don't feel like we ever see in the NFL like players coming out and say you sat me intentionally so I wouldn't get my bonus.
No, I don't see a lot of that, and a lot of that. If you did see that, a lot of that kind of thing probably would be taken.
Would be frowned upon.
The union would file a grievance and
Yeah.
all that sort of stuff.
And I think that's kind
that
of
happens more to injury than to intentional sitting.
And I think that's the kind of, like if you were to extrapolate that, I think a lot of the actors and talent and people feel like that's kind of what they're doing with the streaming content stuff. At least that's kind of perhaps an analogy. The boss is active. He's throwing disintegrate rays at me too. What a butthead.
You have been gonna down faded.
And Assassin's
And marked. And oh boy, this guy's about to have a bad day.
Oh yeah.
Heck, how much damage am I doing? I can't really tell. Going to my combat log. What do I do?
In the cloud of madness leaves his eyes.
Hey, stop getting hit. I'm trying to read my combat log. I hit him for 51 points. Ooh, look, I got up to 51 points of damage on a normal hit.
Yay!
Like a
You should have let me
50%
give
increase.
you should have let me give you deadly weapons.
Sure.
Sure, you could do an extra 2 points of damage.
Just saying.
I think you always say every point counts, PJ.
Yeah. I mean, it's a game of plus ones, right?
Hey, 53 points of damage is better than 51 points.
Yeah.
That's right.
If you do it every single swing, it adds up eventually.
In the grand scheme of things, the plus one isn't that big of a deal, but if
I'd still
you're
rather
adding
have
100
not.
plus ones, then it starts to become important.
Another 10 of those, and you've been in the 60s.
Exactly. Then I'd have to take my shoes off to count.
Oh.
I'm not sure he would be able to make it there right now anyways, due to lack of sleep.
There
And
is that.
mobility. A long day of humping heavy decks around. So, we'll probably call it a night there. Thanks for watching DDOCaSplat. You can catch us most Tuesdays at 5:30 p.m. Pacific time on twitch.tv/DDOcast. And you can find us on YouTube and at DDOcast.com. And you can also find our weekly news and discussion podcast there as well as a few other gaming and D&D tabletop type adventures. Thanks for watching.
Thank you.
Good night.
See ya.